Hello, my lovely people. My name is Kate, and I'm a hypnotherapist. I guide people into their deepest desires and their deepest struggles. Open the door for them, for the healing to happen. And today, in this channel, we are talking about panic attacks. Why do you have panic attacks? It's probably the question that you ask every person with panic attacks or with anxiety, worry. They ask themselves or they ask doctors every time they go to see them. Why do I have them? What triggers it? What do I do about it? So let's begin. You probably noticed that your first symptoms of before the panic attacks is like sweaty palms, dizziness, brain fog, right? So your cardiovascular system it's like your inner computer, that is responsible for those automatic things like breathing, temperature, all of your conditions for your body to be in a perfect state, right? To function properly. However, sometimes that system, gives you alarm that it's not working properly. And that's when you start to notice this increased heart rate. And then you go to the cardiologist and you get diagnosed with the hypertension, right? You sometimes get prescribed medication for depression or for anxiety and panic attacks, right? And they do work sometimes, but in most of the cases, they either give you side effects or they do not stop panic attacks. Why they do not stop panic attacks? Because the root cause wasn't uncovered. That's why. So because it's not uncovered, you still struggle with the panic attack. It can be milder with the medication, or it can be so unexpected and it can be severe that you're actually exhausted at this time, right? You don't know what to do. So you run to different specialists. You run tests starting from cardiology, neurology, endocrinology, psychology, right? To try and figure out what is wrong with my body, right? However, there is nothing wrong with your body. It's just the language of your mind that is talking to you. And how can it tell you that there is something wrong? Only by panic attacks. Anxiety, worry, can give you that something is not resolved, that there is something that you need to pay attention to, right? So all of these symptoms that you might have, and it can be right from headache, dizziness, brain fog, fight or flight mode, sweaty palms, cold, hot temperature, right? A tingling, numbing of the fingertips, right? So all of that, you can even pre-panic, you can even go to the washroom very often, right? Like you go outside and you start panicking and you want to pee, very often. So you can even have diarrhea, right? And all of the symptoms that your body can give you, it will give you before the panic attack or in the panic attack. But in the panic attacks, you're already like in a very, extreme body state that you cannot function, you cannot make decision, you cannot rationalize anything. So in order to understand, right, where does this panic attack coming from, you need to understand about your mind. And you probably already heard that the mind is logic and your subconscious mind. Your logic is how you function every day, but it's only 5% of your life. 95% of your actions, of your impulses, right, of your decisions are made on the subconscious level. And your subconscious mind doesn't know time. So it holds everything and it does not forget, ever. If you think you forgot something, you shut it down, you suppressed something, right? The feelings, the trauma, you did not resolve it. Your subconscious mind didn't forget. It capsuled this trauma and it grows with you. You grow and the trauma grows with you. And it will show up. It will show up at the time when it's triggered. The trigger can be numerous. It can be from a color. You can see a red color and you can get triggered. You can have a panic attack. You can have a panic attack from a word that your friend said to you. Possible. You are at the party. Very often, my clients tell me, oh, I was at the party, you know, and it just happened. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do anything. I was just, you know, hanging out with friends, and it just happened. And I'm out. But it could be a thought that reacted to a word, or maybe you saw a person that looks very similar to the person who abused you in the childhood. Very often it's possible. You're coming back to your hometown where you had a traumatic childhood, and you can get your panic attacks triggered, right? So you never know until you understand why. So let's talk about these common reasons for panic attacks. Number one is how you were raised in childhood. So your childhood experiences, traumas, traumatic emotional events made you form the beliefs, made your body react in a certain way. You know, that I hope that makes sense, because your past will always catch up on you no matter how much you try to suppress it. So your childhood trauma, your childhood experience will be the first reason for your panic attacks and anxiety and worry and intrusive thoughts and catastrophizing and overwhelmed state of mind, stress. Another one, right, is this avoidant personality, this people pleasing, and it also goes from the childhood. But people who are suppressing emotions, the more they suppress, the more their body holds them, and the body cannot hold it indefinitely. There is a way, there will be a time, a moment when it will be triggered, and you will have these panic attacks. When your body, your mind will tell you no. So this is what panic attacks does. That they do. They tell you no. Stop it, reevaluate, figure it out. Right? So another reason, and it's also a symptom, can be a lifestyle. So what kind of lifestyle are you leading? However, your lifestyle is also a product of how you were raised. What needs were not met in the childhood, what traumas, what beliefs you formed as a child. That will be your lifestyle. And some people actually lead a very healthy lifestyle, right? They eat healthy, they exercise, and they still have panic attacks. And some people do not eat healthy, and they also have panic attacks, right? So the lifestyle is just a symptom. If your lifestyle, like you eat junk food, you know, or you are consuming too much alcohol, which can trigger panic attacks as well. If you are doing drugs, right, or you have any obsessive compulsive disorder, you know, and something is out of control, you can get triggered, you can have panic attacks. So people with OCD, when something out of their control, they can start to develop, or they can re-trigger the panic attack, even if they are on medication or, you know, seeing the counselor, the therapist. They can have tools, absolutely, to calm down, you know, to relax. Yes, absolutely. But does it help to actually heal the process? Does it actually help you to understand why you have a panic attack? And the only way you can overcome any fear, any phobia, any, you know, panic attack, anxiety, is only by understanding where is it coming from. So next time when you have that trigger, you're not triggered anymore because you understand. Oh, that's why I reacted to that. Oh, that's why I don't like that place. That's why I cannot communicate with this person. That's why I still I have panic attacks after I talk to my mom or dad. So that's what happens, right? When you understand, you become aware. And awareness is the first step to healing panic attacks and to overcoming them, you know? So please do the inner work, right? It's very important. And you can do it for years, working with your logic, you know, going to the therapist, counselor, you know, like trying to figure it out, you know, on the conscious level. Or you can choose some deeper methods, deeper modalities, just like hypnosis, right? When you're in this very emotional, very relaxed state, when you can actually see what happened in the past. You can face it and you can change those beliefs that do not benefit you anymore, right? So, and one more reason that is very small is the genetics, right? However, it doesn't mean that you have to struggle with it your whole life. You just have to change the environment to get the understanding, and then your panic attacks will subside, with the help of different tools, with the help of understanding, inner work. You definitely can reverse that genetic, footprint that you got from your parents or from your generation. So these are the things that you can do. So you either can work on the logical level where you just talk about it. You can not talk at all. You can, keep blaming the world, keep blaming everyone, keep taking medications, to help yourself, to kind of shut down the symptoms. Or you can work on the subconscious mind, where you go deeper. You get deeper into your beliefs, you reframe them, and in that way, you fast forward your healing journey. So I'm here to help. My contact are below. Subscribe, because I'm going to talk about all kinds of fears and struggles, mental struggles that the people have. What are the roots of the causes, so you can actually regress yourself as well, and have a look at your past to see how it affected your life. Love you. Stay healthy. Bye.